Welcome to the very sexy world of fund economics. The reality is that as unsexy as fund economics might seem, it is very, very important for a founder to understand how different investor types think about returns, because it can help you, decide if there is a good fit between a specific source of capital and your business, and also it can help you understand why certain investors are demanding what they're demanding. So let's start with institutional funds. A fund looks at returns generally in terms of fund returners. This means that if I have a 100 million fund, and at the point of investing in a company, I need to believe that this company can return to me 100 million when it exits. Now, I'm going to own X percentage, let's say 10% at exit. That means that this company needs to be $1 billion company for me to return 100 million. This explains a lot why funds are super fixated on size of the upside, because they need companies to be very, very large for the economics to work for them. And two, why they're also very fixated on the percentage they own at exit, i.e. the percentage they own when they invest, assuming certain dilution, because it determines the probability of a company, the likelihood of a company to become a fundraiser. Now, let's look at individuals, like humans. Generally, individual angels will look at returns as a multiple of the money they invest, not of all the money they own. So let's use an example and understand why then angels are way less picky on the percentage they own and don't need such huge outcomes. So let's say I'm an individual angel and I invest in a 1 million round at 5 million post 100K. Great. Let's assume that company doesn't raise any more money, so there's no dilution. And 2 years down the line, they sell for 50 million. I hit 100K invested and I'm going to get $1 million, right? I just did a 10x, which is insane outcome when you compare with investing in any other asset, 10x over 2 years. Now, I'm a fund investing in that same. Invest $1 million at 5, the full one. And that company doesn't raise any money, so I don't get diluted at all, gets acquired at 50. So I put $1 million, I get 10 million in 2 years, 10x on a multiple basis, amazing. But my fund is a 100 million fund. So that company is not a fund return. It's obviously not a bad outcome, but it's not a fund return. Which means that if I believe this is going to be the case, I cannot invest in this company at the point of investment. Because when I invest, I know that the probability of a company actually becoming a fund returner is very, very low. But if I already don't believe it has the potential to at the point of investment, then I'm reducing one of the options that I have. And I cannot allow that because the probability on itself is already very, very low from a fund perspective. So that's why, again, angels are more flexible on the ownership they take and on the size of the upside, because they look at returns as a multiple of the money they invest. Whereas VC funds, institutional funds, are very demanding on size of the upside and on the percentage they own, because they need to return the full fund.